Oh, okay.
Hello.
Thank you.
We're here making sourdough today. I'm Chef Giuseppe.
Wow.
This is
Chef Shania.
Jania Yonishkeit. Jonathan, we'll call him. And we're doing a sourdough demonstration. So we're a little bit ahead of the game, and we measured out the water to start. This is going to be a 75% hydration sourdough, which means we're going to have about 500 grams in each of these loaves. We're going to make two. 500 grams of flour, and we're using a combination of flours. We'll get to that in a minute. And 75% hydration is 375 milliliters of water. So first thing we're going to do, we have some warm water. It's about 80 degrees, give or take, right?
I don't know.
Water. And we're going to add sourdough to it. Sourdough starter, rather. This is called a
sourdough starter.
Sourdough starter. This is called a levain, or leaven. This is made off of my mother's starter, which is over there. But we mixed this and fed it this morning, and it's ready. It's very bubbly. It's about tripled in size. And you're going to see when we put this in the warm water, it's going to float because of all the air that's inside. No, it smells nice.
It smells like dough.
So the first step will be we're going to put 100 grams of sourdough starter in each of our loaves. So this is the part that's not so fun to watch, but it's fun to do.
Yeah, it's true.
It's 50. Doesn't have to be perfect.
67, 68, 92. What does it need? 100?
Yeah. And you see how it's floating? You guys probably can't see that in the video, but that means it's nice and airy. 106, that's fine. And what you'll do, Jonathan, is you're going to, your hands are clean. You're going to mix this with your hands and dissolve it in the water while I do the other 100 in this batch.
I'm going to start.
Go ahead.
Oh. It's so gross.
What does it feel like?
Feels like goop.
So there are a number of ways to do this. Some people just mix the flour and water first and let it sit in the what's called the autolyse phase, where the water just hydrates the flour for a little
What do
bit.
I do? Just mix it like this?
Just mix it. Yeah, that's it. Once it's dissolved, you're done. And then add the starter later. I've done it both ways, and I don't really see a benefit to doing it the other way. So I like adding the starter in the beginning. It's just easier to work with. And that's about 100. I'll do the same thing you're doing with this one. We're doing really two identical loaves.
Because I want my own.
Because Johnny wants his own. This is his first entry into the world of sourdough bread baking, which is nice. We're trying to find things to do to occupy his time during the pandemic. What are your thoughts on the pandemic, Johnny?
It's kind of making, I don't know.
Wow. A man of many words. All right, yours nice and dissolved?
I think you want to put your hand in?
Nope, I trust you. Doesn't have to be perfect.
But I don't know.
It's not an exact science
Just
anyway.
try it.
All right.
Oh.
It's perfect. Here's a towel.
Oh.
It's all right. You're dripping on the floor. Just try to keep, the more you make a mess, the more we're going to have to clean up later. All right. So we measured out flour beforehand. Like I said, we're going to have about 500 grams of flour in each loaf. So what we did is we measured out, we're using King Arthur, mostly King Arthur flour. We measured out 450 grams of King Arthur bread flour, 25 grams of King Arthur whole wheat flour, and then some spelt flour, which gives it just a little bit of a heartier taste. But I like adding a little whole wheat spelt. Sometimes I add rye flour. We measured it out beforehand, so you can pour this in yours. Be careful so it doesn't go all over the place. Johnny's been known to make a mess. So careful. Yeah. All right, we'll get the rest out. All right, so now we're ready to mix the flour, and this will begin the autolyse phase, where you just hydrate the flour. So
Can I start?
Yeah, Johnny's gonna use a dough whisk. I like using my hands actually more than the dough whisk. Heard some say it's good to use your hands if you want to be a hands-on baker, but it's also nice to just feel what the dough feels like at different stages in the process.
Try to use my hands.
Yeah. You can get it started with that.
Looks like you have more dough than mine.
Nope, we have exactly the same amounts. Sometimes little dough bits stick to the side, so you can use one of these little dough scrapers, bowl scrapers rather, and get everything off the side.
Man, I'm gonna do camp stone on mine. Okay.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna for the thing.
For the thing, you'll do the thing.
For the design, I'm gonna do the camp stone.
What he's talking about is he got a stencil from his summer camp. It's not actually a stencil, but it can work as a stencil. He creatively thought he could use that to design a loaf of sourdough, camp stone loaf.
I need to get
All
the
right, how's it
bottom of
looking?
it.
What about families? Are you
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
All right, mine's nice and hydrated.
I think mine's good. Oh,
So don't worry about it sticking to your fingers because we'll get all that off later. See, I have all this stickiness on my fingers, so I'm just going to take a little water and get it off. Mine is looking good. Let's see
is
how
mine
yours
looking good?
Yours is almost there.
What do I do?
say, do you have any cases?
That's right. I mean, here, let's use this bowl scraper. Just get everything out. And they say that this is not supposed to be a smooth dough at this phase. It's called, does it look shaggy to you, Johnny?
What does that mean? Like,
Shaggy. Does it look smooth?
mm,
Doesn't look smooth. They call this a shaggy mass.
did you do my
Or I've heard
fingers?
people call it a shaggy mess. I think it's called a shaggy mass, whatever.
Did you do my fingers?
Yeah, so you dip here. Usually you do this on your own fingers.
Mm-hmm. Can I just wash it off?
You can wash it off.
But it will be less dough.
No, that's fine.
There it is.
All right. So this begins the autolyse phase.
Wait, can you see it? Oh, yeah.
We're going to let this sit for about 30 minutes for autolyse. Like I said, all the flour is going to become hydrated. The dough, the flour, and the water are going to get to know each other a little bit, become friends. And then once we do that, we're going to add the salt. The reason you don't add the salt before the autolyse is because they say that salt impedes the fermentation process and what you're trying to benefit from in doing the autolyse in the first place. So we're going to add the salt after with a little bit of water that we held back, incorporate the salt, and that'll start the next phase, which is called bulk fermentation. So just bear with us for 30 minutes.
And we'll see you a little later.
And we're back. What was that? It's been about 30 minutes, and we are back. You'll see we covered the dough in the autolyse with a clean tea towel, and what that'll do is it just prevents the top from drying out, letting the air get to it. But we're ready. It's been about 30 minutes, and what we're going to do now is add the salt and water. Why don't we add the water first? It'll help the salt kind of get incorporated and dissolve. We're going to put the last 25 milliliters of water in for our 75% hydration. We measured it out beforehand. And now we're going to sprinkle on the salt.
Wait, the whole thing?
The whole thing. 10 grams of salt. Sorry. 10 grams of salt. It's a lot of salt, but that's what gives the sourdough its flavor. All right, you got it? And now we want to dissolve the salt and incorporate it into the dough. And this is where you get your hands dirty. This could be fun for some, messy for others. And the dough's gonna feel really wet and sticky. You could squeeze it. Squeeze it. Get your hands in there. That's why you wash your hands beforehand.
It's a lot of
Do you
salt.
feel the salt?
Yeah.
You feel it, right? But when you're done doing this, you won't feel the salt. And it'll feel like there's too much water in the dough. Doesn't it feel like there's too much water right now?
Yeah.
But again, once the water and the flour, the dough that's already in there come together, you'll see.
So when will the dough be ready?
When will it be ready? That's a great question. This is, with sourdough, it's a very long fermentation process. It's not like, you know, those little packets of yeast that we use for challah in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
The little packages of yeast, you know, they don't do, it's not true fermentation. It just makes your dough rise, and it happens in like an hour, 2 hours. This is like an overnight process. This is going to be a long process. It's a very slow fermentation. So is it all incorporated? Do you still feel the salt? No? Hey, we're back. It's been about a half hour, and we're going to do the first of 4 what we call stretch and folds, or stretches and folds. And what that does is it just builds up gluten, makes a really strong dough. So what you'll want to do is first wet your hands. I'm going to demonstrate for Jonathan. Here, I'll just fill this up with water. And what you do is you go underneath the dough, get a handful of it, pull it up before it breaks. You don't want it to break. You fold it over, and you do that 4 times. You turn it. I'll help you. Hold on. Turn it. Do it a 2nd time. 3rd time. And then a 4th time. And you can see the dough is like a little more puffy now than it was before. Starting to build up those gluten strands. So you can wash your hands. I mean, you can wet your hands.
It's already
Just
wet.
wet your
I'll do
hands
it again.
so it doesn't stick. All right. Reach in and get under it. Here, you want to like cup your hand. You don't want to grab it with your fingers. Right here. Oh, you're lefty. Cup your hand. Get all the way under. Lift it. Pull it up. Don't tear it, and then pull it over.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Now you turn it. Do it again, exactly like that. Get all the way under it. Yep, lift it. Before it tears, turn it over. Nice.
Am I doing it right?
Yep, get under it. Here. Here, get all the way under. Get that
I'm
one.
trying.
Lift it and fold it. Good. So you see why it's called stretch and fold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pull it up. Good. No, fold it over. Good.
Wait, how many more times do I have to
That's
do
it. That's it. See, you have a nice, the dough is nice, like softer and more pillowy than it was before.
They can't see it.
Who's they?
The crowd.
And now we're going to leave it. We're going to do that 3 more times every half hour. We're going to do that. So it's not a lot of work, but it takes a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of hands-on work. While we're waiting to do the final shape, let me show you this. This is called a banneton. This is the bowl. You don't need this. You can use another bowl, actually, since we have 2. I only have 1 of these. Since we have 2 loaves that we're going to make, I just put a tea towel in another bowl. But what you want to do while you're waiting for this thing to finish resting before you do the final shape is take some rice flour. Rice flour is very fine and really stops the dough from sticking, and you kind of dust this with rice flour. And you could do this real liberally. You can never really have too much. Because it's just going to be on the top of the dough, the bowl. And when we are ready to bake it, we're just going to wipe it off the top and then dust it again with some fresh flour. So that's how that'll look, and we'll do it also in the other bowl with the tea towel, and we'll be back for shaping shortly. All right, well, we're back. It's been about, what, 20 minutes, a half hour, and we're ready to do the final shaping. So first thing we do, this is going to be the top, and we're going to fold the bottom into itself and build up even more tension. So we don't want any flour on the bottom, because then it won't stick to itself. But we want some flour on the top so it doesn't stick to the board. Just a little bit of dusting.
Need her hair. She's the only voice of reason in this school. In this entire Republican craziness state, she's the
See how fluffy it is now?
Yeah. I need to watch this. Sit down.
Alright, watch. I'll do it, but. So we're gonna fold the bottom. It's got a lot of gas in it. It's got a lot of air. It's gonna be a really nice loaf. Gonna do fold the east and west sides, and now the north, the top. We're gonna bring over all the way around. And we're gonna, just like we did before, we build up tension. We just don't want to flour because then it won't kind of stick to the board. Here, you want it to stick so you can build up tension. Actually, the board. That's what we're gonna do. Let's get the board because this board is a little too slick.
Anyway, she said,
Aw.
"Tiger's amazing. I wish we had any connection with her, but we don't, because we don't live in her state. So nothing she decides has any impact on us, unfortunately.
And then we're just gonna kind of, the board's all moving. Keep building up tension.
Oh, look at that bubble.
Yeah, you can pop those. You don't want a little bubble on the top, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now feel how tight the top is. Feel it.
They're bubble.
Yeah, feel how tight the top is. You don't have to push it. See how high it's sitting now? How tall it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's because we
It's
built
not
up all that
flat.
tension. Right, that's because we built up all that tension. So now, if you get me that banneton, the kind of the wood bowl,
So this.
yep. We're going to take this and turn it over inside. And it's going to use that bowl to rise in a nice shape. It's going to help support it on the sides. Now, what we'll do is just dust the top so nothing sticks to it. And cover it. Close up these seams.
And Jessica and the family came down to
Dust the top. All this stuff is just going to come off. As long as it's not inside the loaf, we're fine. You know, we cut it, there's all that flour.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's one. You can cover it with a tea towel. And this is done. We're going to put this in the fridge to proof overnight.
And this is good flour, just so you know. And now we
That's
have
called rice flour.
some
Made
sponsorships.
from rice.
The sponsorship is rice flour, is Koya rice flour, or Goya, whatever it is.
Goya.
Goya
The
rice
subject of
flour.
some controversy of late.
Uh,
The CEO of Goya praised President Trump recently. And so a lot of people are boycotting Goya.
oh.
But we're not. They make good rice flour, and frankly, I need to use this up. And it's hard to find rice flour during the pandemic, actually. I've had a lot of trouble. So, again, we're going to dust the top.
248-356-1794, right? Okay.
And flip it over. And start to build up that tension by folding it onto itself, making it into a ball.
And I'm back.
Okay, so that was June 20th, and they stayed 2 weeks. You see, on the end, it's like Florida. It's in Florida, the East Coast, Miami, where Arlene is a mess. Orlando's a mess. I'm on this little 10-mile island, mostly old people, who are very, very careful.
That's good, right?
And it's very isolated. It's like a little bubble. So when we were on the beach,
Ooh, bubble.
we were going on the beach.
Speaking of bubble.
Maybe another person.
All right.
Very, very so
In this next batch, we only have one Banneton, so we'll put it in this bowl that's dusted with rice flour.
careful. So we felt pretty safe. So they stayed.
And we're about to be done, so we'll give you
Mikey's 5 weeks course.
we'll give you a warning. This
Just dust the top
we're about to end the video.
for the night,
Oh my
because tomorrow we're going to take this out, maybe
Cook it.
afternoon, and bake it.
animation, and he said this week he's doing digital painting and
This rice flour will make it so this tea towel doesn't stick to it.
he's been incredible. I was watching him.
All right, signing off for the night.
We'll see you next time. Bum, bum, bum.
And we're back after how many hours?
15, 14.
14, 15 hours, and we're ready to do what?
Bake the bread. Bake
What?
the bread.
We can't hear you.
Bake the bread.
Why are you talking into a roll of parchment paper?
'Cause I don't know.
We're ready to bake the bread. So here we go. Let's see how it looks.
Dun, dun.
What I like to do is put parchment paper on a board, put it on top of the bowl, and then flip it over. And here comes the big reveal. All right, looks actually really nice and puffy. What I like to do is take a little brush. Here, brush your hair a little before we start. No, we're not going to do that. And brush off some of that rice flour that is kind of old and was on the top, just to keep it from sticking. Ah.
Ooh.
And now we have a totally clean, undusted loaf. Johnny wants to try putting a design on it with a stencil, so we're going to do that. This is actually going to come out really nice. We also have to score it. The reason you score your loaf is because there's moisture inside, and when you cook it, we're going to bake it on a really high temperature. And what happens is the moisture tries to get out, steam tries to get out, and it'll just find its way out anywhere. So if you ever see someone make a loaf of sourdough and it's all misshapen and or looks kind of funny, a lot of times they aren't scoring, or they're not scoring it deep enough. So what you do is you make a deep score, and it allows the air to escape. And some people make a design out of it, but you're basically controlling where the moisture escapes from, not the air. The moisture escapes from. So we're going to try to make an ear. An ear is when, like a flap, that you score into it, and when the moisture comes out, it actually produces this flap. If you do this correctly and you have enough tension at the top. I know this is a little boring, right?
Mm.
All right. Well, let's try it. All right. Let's make sure that's deep enough. You want it very deep. I think that's going to be good. You see how there's enough tension that this is opening up nicely? See how it's opening?
Not really, but
I mean, see how it's coming apart. Now let's get your stencil. And where's the rice flour? Hold on. Wait. Yeah, there's the Campstone stencil.
that's the right way.
All right, so we have a stencil. We're going to see if this works. It may or may not. We're going to dust some. I should have done this before. put rice flour on it. Oh.
Do you do it right?
Yeah, do we want rice flour on the whole thing?
I don't know.
Around it and just keep a box? Is that right? I guess we can do that since I already started dusting it, right? Yeah. This was a little sloppy. Oh, shoot.
Whoa.
Didn't work real well, right?
Yeah, you could see it. See it?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Should we try it again or just leave it like
No,
that?
you can't really try it again.
Looks pretty fine.
Looks okay. All right.
I'm gonna put the camera in. That's how it looks. I don't know.
All right. Now we're gonna dust off the rest of this flour. Make a mess on the counter.
Oh, I didn't. It's not in a good.
That's all right. No one's gonna be watching this. And finish excess parchment.
Look at the stencil came out good.
I think so. I mean, it's not meant to be a stencil, so I don't think. I don't know exactly what it's meant to be. So what we do is we bake this in a Dutch oven. You want to create steam in your oven, and home ovens don't produce the steam like commercial bakery ovens do. So what you do is you create like an oven in an oven with this Dutch oven, and it produces a lot of steam. You do this at a really high temperature. The oven's at 500 degrees right now, so we're going to be extra careful. Usually I like to get a
That's what the bread looks like.
and put it on a rack. You want to act fast while everything is still piping hot. You sure as hell don't want to touch this Dutch oven with the oven mitts either. It's about 500 degrees. The oven's been preheating with the Dutch oven in it for an hour. It's really, really hot. And when you drop this in, I like to act really quickly so it captures all that steam inside. Put it back in the oven. Reduce the temperature to, I'm going to go with 465. Really supposed to be 450, but I don't think our oven runs as hot as it's supposed to. And we're going to set the timer for 25 minutes. And then we're going to uncover it, and you're going to see it's going to puff up because of all that steam inside the Dutch oven. So until then, we'll be back in 25 minutes. All right, well, 25 minutes is up. We're going to take the top off the pan and see if this thing actually popped up. They call that oven spring. Let's see how it looks. Wow, nice and puffy. We have a nice ear. This is going to be a good loaf. See you soon. Well, we forgot to video the big reveal, but opening the oven door and all that, but here's the finished product, which I think is pretty cool. Here's Johnny's with a little Camp Stone stencil, which I think is awesome. And then here's the one that I decorated on my own, which actually came out great. Both of them have nice ears. This one is actually really, I don't know what you call it, a really clean ear. This one's a bit higher, which is cool. You can't really see it in the video. But I'd say that's a pretty successful bake. All right, hope you enjoyed it.